Let all the children boogie.
To infinity.
And...
Oh boy, this is quite surprising. So I recently watched Pixar's newest hit, or should I even call it a hit? Yeah, anyways, I watched Lightyear and oh my god. I was disappointed with it. Now, before I rant, let me just start off with the goods. Now, the animation is obviously top tier, as expected from Pixar, and visually, I think it's Pixar's best that they have ever done. The voice acting is also pretty good as well, mostly Chris Evans. He did a fantastic job as Buzz Lightyear, and so did the rest of the crew as well. But there are characters that I don't like. We'll get to that later. And I'll give the movie this. It's honestly entertaining to watch the entire way through. I thought Darby was kind of funny. It brought comedic relief. I thought Socks was kind of cute. Yeah, that's all I have. Okay, now on to the shit. I think the biggest problem with the film is itself, and it really shows how Pixar can be running out of ideas really, really quick. It's just a basic generic story that adds nothing new to what Pixar actually had back then. Heck, most of the side characters are underdeveloped. Why even have them there? Like, sure, they're important to the plot and all, but it's all about the screen time of the characters. Oh yeah, the screen time in this movie. Oh boy! There were some characters that were barely in the movie much, and there were some characters that were taking up too much of the movie. Why would Disney even bother doing that? I mean, of course. Another complaint I have about the movie is that the beginning doesn't make no sense. So here's the catch. Buzz is carrying a large population of people on a spaceship, and they were exploring another planet until they figured out it was hostile, like it was full of monsters and stuff. So they tried to go back to Earth, but Buzz thought he could do all the piloting alone, that he hit a rock, and they're all stuck on that planet now. Good job, Buzz Midyear, you ruined us all. And now, Buzz has to do all of these test missions, so that way they can get everyone back to Earth. Simple as that, right? Well, I have a problem with that. Buzz shouldn't even be going on these missions in the first place, because it seems like in the movie a lot of people have adapted, honestly, to the hostile planet. Like, they're just living their best lives on there, and it just doesn't seem like Buzz should be going on these missions. It just seems like they could just live there. But then when Buzz changed the timeline, now all of a sudden everyone is in danger. Like, why? All of a sudden they have to show now that everyone is in danger. They couldn't have just showed it at the very beginning? My goodness. Anyways, we're about to get to the worst part in the entire movie, so skip to this part if you don't want spoilers. Anyways, the worst part about this movie is Zurg. Yeah. Now you're probably asking, Chucher, how could you possibly hate Zurg? He has a cool-ass design, his abilities are amazing, and he has a threatening voice. Well, I mean, yeah, sure, you can say all that, but here's the thing. So near the third act, when Buzz gets captured by Zurg, the Zurg capsule opens up and it's revealed that Zurg is actually another Buzz Lightyear. You heard me right, another Buzz Lightyear. This twist completely retconned Toy Story 2, as in that movie, Zurg is revealed to be Buzz Lightyear's father. Yes, a bit of a Star Wars reference, but it's true. When this twist was revealed, I was shocked, and my brain lost a lot of cells. You cannot even tell the expression I had when this twist was revealed. Because Jesus Christ, it is one of the worst twists I have ever seen in an animated movie. But what are his motivations? He's basically Thanos, but more selfish. Yeah, I know. Pretty lazy of Disney. Oh, and going back to that voice thing, when he reveals himself and tries to attack Buzz when he's back in the robot, it doesn't even sound threatening at all. He just sounds like his actual voice. But anyways, Zurg and Buzz have a final battle in the third act. He shoots the crystal and blows up Zurg. And now he's stuck in the future. Way to go, Buzz. You blew up your only ticket back home. What a douchebag. You wasted this entire time. And then near the end we get this scene. And oh boy, here's where a lot of problems go down with this movie. So let's go back to December. So basically, Disney, well, not even Disney, it's mostly the people who worked on Lightyear, they included a same-sex kiss in the movie for some reason. It's probably for Pride Month because they're releasing the movie on Pride Month. I don't even know. And then Disney heard about it and it was removed. And then a couple months later, it was back in the movie for some reason. So because of that 1 second scene, the movie is permanently banned in 14 countries, and that's why it's doing bad at the box office, with its opening weekend only being $20 million when it was in third place with Top Gun and Jurassic World Dominion. And it's a little bit sussy how they put it back in the movie, because we already know Disney hates gay people. Like, we already knew back what they did last year. They'll just put rainbows on anything that they have on their merchandise, such as hats and Funko Pops. Other than that, they don't even give a shit. And keep it in mind, this movie had a budget of $200 million, so now they lost all of it, and it's honestly doing terrible. And this was Disney's first Pixar movie back in theaters, and they went in with a flop. Either it's because people just don't care about Toy Story anymore because the franchise is practically kind of dead, or adults just heard about this gay kiss scene and they were just like, oh, I don't want to take my children to the movie. It's so inappropriate for them to see it. And if that's the reason, then people really need to grow up. People won't even care if it was a straight kiss, for God's sake. Anyways, I'm already finished with all my reasoning. Lightyear is such a disappointment of a film. Now, I'm gonna say this. The idea of a Buzz Lightyear movie sounds interesting when you put it on paper, but the way they executed was just so uninteresting and boring. The world just looks so bland, and so did some of the characters. Overall, I did have fun with it, but there's a lot of things wrong with it that I did not even like. You should just take a 5-year break, Pixar. Disney is only using you for money, honestly, nowadays. Anyways, I gave this movie a 5 out of 10. But after one rewatch, it's honestly more disappointing to me now. I'm never watching this movie ever again. 3 out of 10, good day. Oh yeah, one more thing. Why does this movie exist when we already have the show? Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, Disney. You really need to explain yourself. The movie was probably a reboot that Andy watched, so I'm just gonna consider that canon.